Welcome to bethamicrafts. In this video I'm going to show you how to assemble your Crochet Isopod. This pattern is available on my Etsy store, and I'll have it linked in the description of this video. Here are the things that you should have before starting assembling your Isopod. The body piece, the belly piece, and the head. You'll also need some scissors, a yarn needle, pins, and some stuffing. Okay, so first we're going to attach the head to the body piece. Your body piece should have 1 front segment, 6 body segments, and 1 plion. So to start, we're going to pin the head to the body piece in the right positions. Your first pin should go in the middle stitch here. So it should be the 5th stitch from either edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should go in here, and the top of this row here, in between rows 1 and 2. So pin it in place, and then you want to pin the sides underneath the eyes. So the corner here should go underneath this eye. This corner should go underneath this eye. Should look something like that. So after you've pinned, we're going to start actually sewing. So we're going to use this tail to sew the head to the body. So thread your needle, tie a knot, and now we need to bring our sewing thread through to where the first pin is. So put your yarn, put your needle here, and through the middle of your stitches, coming out around here. And just get it through. And there, now your sewing thread is attached where your first pin is. Now sew through the head where your first pin is, underneath, directly underneath your eye. Bring your yarn through and up through to your next stitch on your body piece, like this. Now you go under here into the next stitch of your body piece and through the next stitch on the head. And then basically we just continue this, going up through the body, down through the next stitch of the body, and through the next stitch on the head, until the whole head is connected to the body, using your pins as a guide as to which stitches you want to put your thread into. I believe that this is called a running stitch, where you go in and out and in and out. So continue that all the way through the head. You can take your pins out as you go. Once you reach the end of the segment, you can take away your pin. And I like to tie a knot so that your pieces don't come undone. And if you notice, while I've been sewing, this side has gotten loose. So I also like to go through the piece and tie a knot on the other side. Okay, so now that the body piece is connected to the head, we can just thread this extra yarn through to the back side of the head. You don't really need to weave it in or anything. This will be hidden inside the body once we sew the belly piece on, along with all of these other threads. So now we're going to attach the belly piece to the body piece and the head. So this is the last thing that we have to sew on. So to start, you want to align your belly piece so that this long thread where you finished off your piece is on the opposite side of all of these threads from where you attached and finished off all of the segments. So this should be on the opposite side as all of these. Now, just thread your needle, and we can begin sewing the belly to the body. So to do that, each of these legs is going to be matched with one segment. You have 7 legs and 7 segments, not including the plion here. That is not attached to the legs. So each one leg, one segment page. So to start, you want to thread your needle to begin at the single crochet beside this first leg. This will be the back leg, so connected at the back of the body. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. Go through this hole and out through this hole. So this is one of your segments, the first row of your segment. Bring the yarn up through this hole and through. And then on the top side, this is your other segment. This is where they're connected, so row 1 and here. This hole on the very edge, the very first row of your segment. So down through there. Your yarn might be a little bit visible here, but in the end it'll be covered by the other segment. So down through there and through the first single crochet next to this last leg, or first leg. Through here. And we're going to do the same sort of running stitch that we did for the head. So we go up and down, and up and down. So now we've attached this leg to this segment. Now we're going to attach the next leg to its segment. So up through this single crochet, and through this hole, down through this next hole. I'm holding this segment out of the way. And through the next single crochet beside the leg. And we just continue that for all the other legs. Now that we're on the front leg, we've sewn all these other legs to their segments. The front leg, if we sew through, like we've been doing for all the others, you'll be able to see your different color thread through. So for this one, go up through the single crochet beside the leg, and you want to go through only the surface stitch on the third row. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go through this stitch and through only the surface, so this loop and this loop. And notice how it doesn't show through from the other side. So it's only through the surface. Through here and down through this single crochet. Now we need to attach the belly to the head here. So basically, this horizontal line here will be aligned with the center of your head here. I'm going to pin right through the hole left by sewing up the gap. So put that right through. Do not stab yourself here. These corners here should go around the same line halfway up the head and attach that here. And the other corner on the other side. So now we're going to do the same running stitch all the way across here using the same yarn that you sewed all of these here. So up here, through here, and down through the single crochet next to this antenna. Now we're at the other side, the last corner. Take out the pins, go up, through, and then down. So now, take the pin out, the head should be attached to the body, and also the head should be attached to the belly. At this point, we're basically going to repeat the same thing that we did on this side to all of the legs here. So all of these tails that are on this side of your piece, all the tails for the segments, you should just turn them to the inside, and basically you just tuck them all inside as you go, and you don't have to sew in like 50 ends. They're all just tucked inside. So I'll just hold them with my finger here and then do in and out. All the way down, just like the other side. Alright, so now I've finished sewing this side of the belly and all the legs to their respective segments. Now I'm just going to push all of these ends kind of inside. There should be a few that aren't inside, like this one here, and these two, and this one, but most of the others should be inside. Now just fill the rest up with stuffing. Whatever kind of stuffing you want will work. This is polyester stuffing, I believe. You could also use yarn scraps or whatever else you use to stuff things. You should stuff it relatively firmly so that he has a good shape. So now we need to finish attaching the belly to the body by attaching this round part of it to this pleon or the back segment of the body. I've done mine in a different color. So I have the head and the pleon in brown and the belly in cream, body in orange. If you follow the color instructions on my pattern, the head, the body, and the pleon will all be the same color. I'm doing this so that you can more easily see what things are. So we're going to need to pin it to the pleon because, or else you'll get the wrong shape. So pin in the middle here, to the middle, one row down from the edge. So in the middle here, one row down from the edge. It should kind of stretch and make a curve. Make a curve like this. That is normal and will give your isopod a curved little cute appearance. Also pin the sides about here. And then correspondingly on the pleon about 3 stitches from the edge. So 1, 2, 3, and then the pin is here. Same on the other side, match it. Make sure they're attached to the same edge, so this widest part. And 1, 2, 3 from the edge, pin here. So now you have a spiky isopod that can kill you. And we can start sewing belly to the pleon using our pins as guides. So in this one, we're not going to go up and down all the way through. We're going to use a whip stitch, so we're just going down, just on the surface of these stitches, or else your yarn will show through the other side. I'll try to show up close. So at the beginning of the pleon, just through the surface, these sort of loops here, and through. Instead of going through like this, we're just going to go back up. So that's a whip stitch, I think. Not 100% sure, I'm not a seamstress. And the surface of the stitch through like this, and down through. Keep going just like this all the way around until you reach your last pin here around this area. Okay, so once you reach your final pin, I've already taken mine out. Through this gap, you want to fill up the rest of the space with stuffing. This is about what your isopod should look like when it is stuffed. This part should be round, not flat, and you want to stuff it pretty firmly. After you've done that, continue your sewing through the surface of the stitches on the pliant and through the ones on the belly piece. Now, just to make things extra strong, I like to go through where I first started, so through this first single crochet beside the leg, up through here, and down through to this other single crochet side here. Now that you're done sewing, tie a knot into a nearby stitch. And pull it through. Just thread it through somewhere on the body. Pull it taut. And snip. You can do this for all of the rest of your loose ends. Okay, and now, once you've done that, your isopod should be all finished. Here's what mine ended up looking like, using brown, orange, and cream. You can make lots of different isopods using this pattern. These are based on Porcelio Silvestri. I made this to look like a powder orange, this to look like a powder blue, this is a Panda King. So you can make lots of different kinds of isopods with this pattern. I even made this one, which is a strawberry dairy cow, by embroidering these pink spots and a little strawberry on it. So I think it's a very cute pattern. If you don't have it, again, it's linked down below in my Etsy store. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that it was helpful to you for sewing together your isopod. Okay, bye.